nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel.
Hey, hello.
Hello. Is that you?
Hey, yes.
Hold on.
There's an echo.
I thought I had it turned down.
Okay. Oh my God, I was hearing myself.
Hey,
Hey
sweetie.
guys. I was
How are
2
you?
minutes late. Huh?
How are you, sweetie?
I'm good. And I'm hoping that this is the guy that killed John Benet Ramsey.
Oh, I am furious. I'll tell you, I am furious.
Well, I just can't wait for them to test his DNA, I guess. But, I'll get to that. My delivery came, but I still want you to stay up here.
Okay.
Hey, Kaz, Army Vet, if you're still in here, and Lady V on panel. Hey, Avery, and that's it. Okay. So, I hope y'all are having a good day, you guys. I usually say I hope y'all are well, but what about the intro? Did y'all like the new intro?
I did. It was pretty awesome. You're the bomb, girl.
You really liked it? Tell me the truth.
I wouldn't lie to you. Well, yeah, I guess I would, but I'm telling you the truth. I wouldn't want to hurt your feelings, so I would lie to you, but I do really like it.
Well, just so you know, I wouldn't lie to you.
You would too.
No, I wouldn't. Like, what the hell is your profile pic? A dog?
It's my Tolly. It's my service animal.
It looks like it's playing a pink piano.
It's in a rose. It's in a rose with her dress on.
See?
Jeez, dog hater, man.
Okay, so
there you go.
John Ramsey. First, I want to start with this because I didn't know this was. It's old, but I didn't know John Ramsey spoke on the Idaho 4 murders. So, hey, Elizabeth, it's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? So I want to play that first. It's not long, but yeah, it's.
You do know Jason Jensen, Avery's friend, did part. He was involved in this.
Avery called Jason
recently.
Okay, let's see. And let me play this. Hey, Betty Jo. Hey, Justice Jane. Let's see what he has to say about.
Hi, Betty Jo. I always say hi to you, sweetheart. I'll be glad when you have your surgery and you can see me. Say hello to you.
I told
Oh,
suspects in the brutal murder of those
Avery is messaging him.
father of John Benet Ramsey, urging local officials in Idaho to
He
learn
was
from
so pretty.
in the unsolved murder of his 6-year-old daughter, who 56 years ago this week was found beaten and strangled in the basement of that home in Boulder, Colorado. And John Ramsey joins us live right now. John, good morning to you.
Good morning.
John, as we'll talk a little bit about the special that you've taken part in for Tubi in a moment. But first, as you look at what happened in Moscow, Idaho, and the police looking for these suspects, trying to put it all together, what does your gut tell you about what they're doing?
Well, I don't know too much about what they're doing, but I know based on our experience, what the parents should be looking to be sure they are doing. First of all, where this tragedy happened, it's a small town. They had one murder 4 or 5 years ago. The police are not going to be experienced to deal with that, and they don't have the resources to deal with it. And where Boulder failed so miserably in our case is they refused help that was immediately offered to them by other agencies that did have experience. And Denver offered them 2 homicide detectives full time at their disposal, and they said, no, we don't need it. So you can't let arrogance coupled with incompetence halt this thing. They've got to say, look, we need help. Let's get it from wherever we get it. There's lots of help available that could be. But you know, the way the system works in our country, for the most part, we have 18,000 police jurisdictions. Each one's a little island of authority. And if a crime happens on that island, it's the police chief's responsibility. And if he doesn't ask for help, help cannot come in, which is really silly, but that's the way it works. Well, and in our case, Boulder refused help that was offered, lots of it, and continues to do so today.
Absolutely. And I know that you
What happened?
I'm
Where did
talking
he go?
and I'm muted. Sorry. I paused it because I want to know if y'all think that the Idaho 4 murders is in any way similar to John Benet Ramsey. I don't.
I don't see how they're, well, outside of, maybe some dropping of the ball, but
Yeah, he's talking about the investigation, not the murder itself.
well, so far they haven't botched it as much as they botched it on Jean Benet.
Right.
Yeah, Betty Jo's like not even close, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree.
You
it's
now
like,
want a private lab to do some DNA testing. But as we look back at the last 26 years, and it was 26 years ago, a lot of people suspected the family was involved. But you and your wife, Patsy, were exonerated. We have a clip from that and the special on Tubi. Watch this.
The parents' names were cleared after Patsy's passing away, which is unfortunate for her, just to know that peace of mind.
She knew, obviously, she was innocent. Our friends knew we were innocent. We had lots of friends that supported her. So, and even for me, the exoneration I was appreciative, but it wasn't a celebration moment. It was, okay, now let's really get on with finding the killer.
And that's the key in your case too, John, because while it was ruled a homicide, nobody was ever prosecuted.
Right. And that's, there's things that could be done in our case, and that's what we're asking to be done. DNA technology has advanced dramatically in the last 26 years.
So hold on. Not sure. She was strangled. I watched this from the day I haven't even close to law enforcement. Then law enforcement both card.
I did too, Betty Jo. Whenever it first happened in '96, I was heartbroken. I mean, just them having all that beautiful house with all the beautiful Christmas decorations up, and then them finding her in the basement. It was just heartbreaking. And oh my God, she was so gorgeous. Not that it doesn't matter if they're cute or not, but I mean, she was so beautiful. You can't help but say she was beautiful.
That's what I wanted to say. So when I was looking at Twitter, someone said that pageants is like grooming.
It is, but well, it can be, It's not all pedophilia grooming, if that's what you mean. My mom did it with my sister and I. So, I mean, little girls think it's fun. If they don't, then they need to be taken out of it. But, a lot of little girls think it's fun to get dressed up and look like a princess.
Well, I mean, not to, look at Honey Boo Boo. Look how she turned. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
well, we're not even, we're
pageants.
not,
No,
no,
I'm talking about the pageant, not comparing them.
yeah, just look at the moms. That's all I got to say. Just look at the difference in the mom.
Well, I think they're comparing the Boulder Police Department to the Moscow Police Department, as in maybe they're both incompetent.
No,
I don't know.
no, no, I don't even think it's close. And Betty Jo agrees with me. Jean Benet loved dressing up, loved doing the pageant. If she didn't want to do it, they would have told her she wouldn't. I'm sure she wouldn't have done it.
But there's a lot of moms that make their children go to pageants and perform in pageants. Like if the kid doesn't like it, some parents will make them. Like some parents are really crazy with that.
Yeah, some of them get overboard. I agree. I mean, this is a different discussion, but some of them do go overboard. I absolutely agree with it. Some of the little girls are so prima donnas, they throw fits, too. I mean, because they're in it so much. But I don't now Patsy, when Patsy was growing up, Patsy was in pageants too. So I don't believe that she would have let John Benet do it if she didn't want to do it.
Okay.
That was quick. Okay.
And we're just asking the police, either through the governor's pressure or on their own, to utilize the latest technology.
Sure.
We were told by the FBI that they don't have the latest technology, so we don't have it yet. You've got to go to an outside lab, of which there's one or two in the country that really have the latest DNA technology, and they're wizards with it. One of them was quoted as saying, "Look, we can get DNA off the eyebrow of a gnat," and so that is
right.
Amazing.
That would be very, very helpful, and maybe they would finally have some answers. John, I know a lot of people are going to be watching Suburban Nightmare. John Benet Ramsey. It starts on Tubi tomorrow. Sir, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm back. You can unmute yourself now.
Thank you.
Can you explain confession for those who don't know? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play it, but I wanted to play that first because I saw it and I wanted to see what it was about, and I figured I would play it for everyone.
Yeah, I don't think Patsy or Jean would make her do it. I don't think they would. I don't think they're that kind of people.
All right. I'm
Honey
playing
Boo
what I
Boo's mom,
thought
on
today.
the other hand, was living vicariously through her daughter.
All right, here we go. Why is it so little? Why is it so little? Oh.
Morning in Boulder, Colorado, John Ramsey was up before dawn.
Well, I was shaving, I guess, in the bathroom.
And we have a back staircase from the bedroom areas. And I always come down that staircase, and I'm usually the first one down. And the note was lying across the run of one of the stair treads. And it was kind of dimly lit because it was very early in the morning. And I started to read it, and it was addressed to John.
A terrifying message scrawled across 3 pages.
It said, "We have your daughter."
I just heard Patsy scream. I could tell by her scream that something horrible was going on. I didn't know what.
I immediately ran back upstairs and pushed open her door, and she was not in her bed.
John Benet Ramsey was found dead, strangled in the basement of that home. Wasn't kidnapped. This case still never solved. No one's been held responsible since 1996, but some huge developments tonight we want to talk about. Let's bring in our special guest joining us in New York, senior reporter for the U.S. Sun, Luke Kenton is with us. Luke, great to see you. Thanks so much. Read your article. Wow. Let's talk about this development. It's a man named Gary Oliva. Gary Oliva, tell us what you found out about him, what his link is to John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, so Gary Oliva involving Gary kind of begins on the 27th of December 1996, when he was reported to Boulder police because basically the night before he'd called an old high school friend back in California who he said through tears and it could barely catch his breath, "I've just hurt a little girl." So this was on the night that John Benet's body was, a few hours after John Benet's body was found on December 26th. He was crying that he'd hurt a little girl in Boulder and he hung up the phone. Now his friend that was on the other end of the phone didn't know really what to make of that call, was obviously concerned, but couldn't get any information out of him. It wasn't until the next day that he went on the front porch, picked up the newspaper, and saw the news that a 6-year-old girl had been killed in Boulder, Colorado. He immediately calls the Boulder Police Department, reports the call from the day before, and then 3 months pass. He doesn't hear anything, and he calls the tip line again, reports it to Boulder Police, doesn't hear anything again. Fast forward 19 years later, Gary Oliva is in prison for child pornography offenses and confesses in a series of letters to the same person that he called that night, claiming to have killed John Benet by accident.
This is unbelievable. I mean, this is, did police ever talk to this man in California? I mean, he is claiming to have gotten a call before this story is even in the news from this guy.
Yeah, so hours before it, made headlines across the country, he said, "I've hurt a little girl," and he's in Boulder. And bearing in mind at the time, this guy was was associated with a property about 13 houses away. He was getting his mail from a church, 13 houses away from the Ramsey family. And the tip, like I said, wasn't followed up upon immediately by Boulder police. At the time, they were zeroing on either Patsy or John Ramsey being responsible for John Benet's death. It wasn't actually until 4 years later when he was arrested on the campus of the University of Colorado in Boulder with pictures of John Benet in his bag, a poem that he'd written to John Benet called Ode to John Benet. And he was also found with a stun gun. And that was kind of a crucial development for investigators because over the course of their investigation, after the first few months, they kind of theorized that perhaps that she was subdued with the stun gun prior to her death. So that's when police started looking at Gary, which was 4 years later.
Yet nothing seemed to come of it all. Was he, in my understanding, there's a photo of him or images of him at a vigil for John Benet as well?
Yeah, that's right. So this vigil took place on the year anniversary of her death. So that was on Christmas night. I believe that was held a short distance away from the Ramseys' home. And that picture that we published was actually taken by private investigators hired by John Ramsey, who were investigating Gary at that time, believing him to be a very credible suspect and certainly somebody that's capable of.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I thought I was muted the whole time while I was playing it. I'm sorry if you heard me typing. So I guess there's no echo. I'm so sorry.
of committing such a horrific act. The Boulder police wouldn't look at Gary for another 3 years after that.
Unbelievable. One final question. How specific were the details in these letters, these alleged confession letters?
Yeah, so the confession letters were written in and around 2019. There's roughly a dozen of them. One of them I can read you here. I've got it written down below me here. It says, "I never loved anyone like I did John Benet, yet I let her slip and her head bashed in half, and I watched her die. It was an accident. Please believe me." So he's claiming that he killed John Benet by accident. Whether or not you can take that at face value, who knows? That's for Boulder police to investigate. They did acknowledge the confession letters when they were first published in 2019, but seemed to kind of brush them under the carpet. They said, we've heard this guy confess before and we've looked into it. There's no further updates in this case. But I think, certainly he's a character that John Ramsey was particularly interested in. I think he's certainly somebody that's worth having a second look at.
Absolutely. Luke Kenton, U.S. Sun. Great job. Thanks so much, Luke. Appreciate it.
What do you guys think about that?
Well,
Why would he
actually-
be hold on one second. Why would he be an attention seeker when he's in prison? Does he want people to put money on his books? Like, I don't get it. You got that Hennessy? What flavor you vaping on? So what happened, he said, was I don't know what he was doing to her, but she slipped and fell on the basement floor and busted her head in half.
Hey, Army vet.
Did he play that part? Did he read the letter? Let me see. Let me play the other one. Hold on a second. Sorry if I slam on my keyboard. Guys, let me try to do it really softly, okay? Can't do it. All right. This is what one of the letters says. Hold on. They do have DNA underneath her fingernails, and you'll see about his DNA in a second. BDB, you're so quiet.
I thought you were going to play something. I thought you were going to play something, hon.
I'm right now. Sour diesel, that's what I'm smoking too, and I don't like it. I think I want super silver haze or something like that. I don't know. Okay. All right. This is what, it's the same guy. This is what one of the letters said. Listen really close.
One of them I can read you here. I've got it written down below me here. It says, "I never loved anyone like I did John Benet, yet I let her slip and her head bashed in half, and I watched her die. It was an accident. Please believe me." So he's claiming that he killed John Benet by accident. Whether or not you can take that at face value, who knows? That's for Boulder police to investigate. They did acknowledge the confession letters when they were first published in 2019. But seemed to kind of brush them under the carpet. They said, we've heard this guy confess before, and we've looked into it. There's no further updates in this case, but I think certainly he's a character that John Ramsey was particularly interested in. I think he's certainly somebody that's worth having a second look at.
Absolutely. Luke Kenton, you.
Did you hear that? That doesn't sound right. Which part doesn't sound right, Elizabeth? You don't believe it either, Never Silent? All right, let's see
I
this
don't think,
article.
I watched this from the very beginning, and Betty Jo will probably say the same thing I'm getting ready to say. I not for one second thought her mom, dad, nor her brother were involved. Not ever.
No, they were
And I
all
still don't believe they
considered.
were involved. Even like some behind the scenes stuff going on. If you're talking about with her parents, I don't believe that.
Their DNA was cleared with the DNA found underneath her fingernails.
Boulder, this is what makes me mad, okay? And I've been waiting to say this. This is what makes me mad about Boulder. Boulder did everything. They looked at everybody. They did not look at anybody or everybody else, nothing. The only people they were interested in ever looking at was the mom and dad.
Yep.
And that's why they never solved it. So
yep, that's why they didn't follow up on the tip about this guy. But why would he write letters to this guy saying he did it? And
maybe maybe sometimes they're in there and they're like, well, I'm going to be here a long time anyway. And
but
obviously his conscience, but his
wasn't there for life.
I didn't say for life. I said a long time, but
years.
But what I'm saying is that sometimes, and this guy here, I think, with confessing to his friend and all, I think maybe his conscience bothered him. I mean, there are those people out there, especially as you get older, you're like, oh my God, I wish that hadn't happened, even though he's a piece of crap anyway. I mean, for all the child, stuffing he did, but I always thought that might have been involved. I think if she hadn't died, it probably would have been. The Boulder police they just wanted it to be the parents. That's it.
Reading something real quick. Okay. I don't want to read the whole thing. I'm looking for just one part.
What are we looking for?
It's about him and what he told his friend and other stuff. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I do believe he needs to give more detailed information.
Well, I don't want to tell y'all right now, but y'all gonna find out in 1 second. Hold on 1 second. It's the article after this one.
What do you not want to
find out what he did?
Oh, okay. See, that's why I wasn't saying anything. They are doing a DNA test, just Betty Jo.
What?
They're doing DNA testing, right? The underneath her fingernails. I think they saved it.
I hope so.
Avery Shannon, you need to get up here and spill the beans.
About what?
Her boyfriend worked on this. Ex-boyfriend, sorry.
He is.
No, DNA did not already clear him. I think it
I don't
said
even
that
want
they
that
were
person
testing
in
it.
here. No, he was not. If they cleared him by DNA in 2000, why are they now talking about him?
Nobody said they cleared him. They were
One
asking.
Solved Mystery said he was cleared by DNA in 2000.
No, I don't know, because I don't think so.
He wasn't. I don't know who that is.
I mean, it wasn't like until it was forever. I mean, it's been 23 years, guys. See, Betty Jo's, no, he was not cleared by DNA. What I'm saying is, I think that they said they were going to be testing DNA, correct? Isn't that what they said? Or did I miss it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Who is this guy?
This is a ad.
Oh,
I don't even want this person in here for
he's
putting
scary.
stupid stuff.
Yes, the father, he was cleared. The mother was cleared.
Or anything. It wasn't. But what happened was disturbing. Is that slowly they got darker. The cassette tapes got darker and darker, and it's scarier. And the things that he was saying in the cassette.
What is
Cool.
who is this
I went
guy?
off, got married, had.
Oh, this is the guy that he confessed to.
Okay. Elizabeth said they did say DNA wasn't a match on court TV.
Can you send me a link saying that? Because I didn't see that. I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't hear that either.
I'm going to look. Hold on one second. Let me finish playing this.
They looked at this guy briefly.
Mailing me stuff for years. We're talking about 16 years of letters and cassette tapes. Now, during this time, I was doing some studying college radio, TV, communication work, and I had access to a radio station, and I was making funny cassette tapes and sending them to Gary. And then Gary would make a funny cassette tape and send them to me. And it wasn't rocket science or anything. It wasn't. But what happened was disturbing. Is that slowly they got darker. The cassette tapes got darker and darker, and it's scarier. And the things that he was saying in the cassette tapes, things that he was mailing to me, it would get to.
Okay, I have a question.
I'll answer if I can.
I have a question. If his DNA was cleared in 2000, why are they bringing this up now? And I'm going to tell you why when people answer me.
Hadn't seen the article about the new stuff, so I'm a bit lost.
If his DNA was cleared in 2000, why are they bringing it up 23 years later?
Elizabeth says she thinks it was on the Vinnie Polentana, however you say his name, video.
What, that he was cleared?
Yeah, I think so.
Because look, well, that was the question.
Court TV,
when
Vinnie
I Googled
Polentana.
Look, when I Googled it, it says he was cleared, and it just says he was clear. May 2nd, 2022. So why are they bringing this up now in July of 2023 is what I want to know.
Well, because DNA is better now, and he confessed again.
Okay, well, let's see. Now we know this. Let's finish watching this and see what they say. Because I don't know why they would bring this up now.
So play Vinny on there when you're done with this one and see what he says.
to the point where I would have to wait until my family went to sleep. I'd go out to the garage, lock the door behind me. I'd open his packages and I would shake them out at arm's length because hair would come out of the packages, cassette tapes with blood on them, things with blood on them, like using blood to write. It was disturbing stuff, and I never knew what was going to be in those tapes. And I definitely did not play those cassette tapes around my family. So I had boxes and boxes of these cassette tapes. So then the irony is here is that we weren't in contact for 16 years. The only way we were in contact.
Hey.
What did he say?
Hey, girl.
Hey, Christy. So check Messenger.
I just got it. It says, after his 2000 arrest, police took Oliver's DNA and sources claimed there was not a match to that found at the crime scene. However, in 2015, former Boulder Police Chief Mark Beckner admitted crime scene evidence may have been mishandled. He told Reddit, yes, the crime scene was not handled properly, and this later affected the investigation.
Do you want me to send you that whole article? Because it's got the copies of the letters that the man wrote and pictures of the man.
Yeah.
The Gary guy? Okay. And then I was messaging Jason, but he's really busy. So I guess, like, if he would have known ahead of time. But he said the same thing, that they're waiting on the retesting of DNA.
Okay, so that's why it's being brought up again in 2023.
I think so. And see, like, I'm asking him all these questions because I didn't know anything about, this being brought back up again. So when I seen your thumbnail, I was like, what? And I'm trying to get answers from him, but he's busy, so I'm waiting. I'm having to wait for answers.
So Janelle said Laura had past guests about John Benet, and she remembers a male guest who knew this case well. Did Jason go on Laura's panel that you know of to talk about John Benet? I don't know who it would have been, and you said you knew it well.
Yeah, Jason did the whole he did a whole show with Laura just about John Benet.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's who it was, Janelle. I don't know, because I wasn't watching Laura. Wait, when was that?
Well, I mean, I could be
It had to have been before I started watching her.
It was summer of last year. It was August, September of last year.
Okay, let me finish playing this dude.
I'll send you that article.
This is the guy that Gary confessed to.
Was through the mail. All this mail was going to Grants Pass, Oregon.
Grants Pass, Oregon. Here we go, right here. Pedophile who confessed to killing John Benet Ramsey mailed classmate bloody tapes, hair sample, and a missing girl.
And I looked out my window and I could see him standing out here shooting. There were 4 adults.
There you go, right there. Is that enough? Oh, I don't know then. I'm not sure. There you go. Is that enough to prove that it was him?
Wait, what does that say? Pedophile who confessed to killing John Benet Ramsey, male classmate, bloody tapes, hair sample, and missing girl poster. Oh, wow.
Let's see what it says. What's that noise?
My taquitos.
A taquito?
Cicada.
cicada in my trees. My
Oh,
cicadas.
Her
oh,
cicadas. She calls them her cicadas or tostitos or whatever
I
happens.
can never remember that name.
okay, I'm reading. A suspect in the unsolved killing of John Benet Ramsey is a serial creep who mailed an old high school classmate blood-stained cassettes containing disturbing recordings and newspaper clippings of missing girls. Gary Oliver, a convicted pedophile currently imprisoned for child pornography offenses, was for years considered a suspect in the unsolved murder of John Benet, who was found bludgeoned to death in the basement of her family home in Boulder, Colorado on December 26, 1996. And this is him. Oh, nasty MFer. This is the classmate that he confessed to, and that's the letters, the cassette tape, I'm assuming, and cassette tapes, letters. Holy crap, that's a lot of letters. The 59-year-old has previously admitted to having an obsession with the slain child beauty pageant queen and has authored a series of confession letters from prison claiming to have killed her by accident. Those confession letters were sent to Michael Vale, an old high school classmate of Oliver's in Irvine, California, who told the U.S. Sun Oliver was known as Scary Gary growing up among his peers. While he never considered Oliver to be one of his friends, he did latch onto Vale's friendship group, which was mostly comprised of artists, musicians, and creatives. Is that the right word? Well, I hate to use the word friends because when you're in a small school, maybe 75 to 100 kids, huh? Whoa, that is small. You pretty much know everybody and you get into your little cliques, right? Said Vale. But Gary is what I would call an orbiter. He would orbit around our group and people would call him Scary Gary because he was so unpredictable. He was a very disturbed kid. Sometimes he'd have a spasm and start burning his arm with something, or just go running screaming down the street. He also used to joke about necrophilia and stuff. He would commit all these petty crimes like breaking and entering, and he'd always steal weird things like art supplies. What did he do in the house, in John Benet Ramsey's house in the basement? He just had a very messed up, dysfunctional childhood. One of the worst you can imagine. But I had a fantastic childhood. So I think that's why he gravitated towards me, because he was seeking out some sense of normalcy. This story is part of an ongoing series investigating Gary Oliver's potential ties to the murder of John Benet Ramsey. That has all the letters.
He could be a serial confessor, but I don't think so because his name came up quite a few times in the investigation. They just never really looked at him properly.
Elizabeth, I'm not sure if they said, we'll find out in a minute. Let's see. Vale first started corresponding with, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, Oliver, via letters a few years after they both graduated high school. Their letters were at first fairly typical exchanges in which they'd update one another on their lives, jobs, and families. The stuff he started sending me just got darker and darker and darker. Before long, Oliver began sending Vale audio tapes, which, at least to begin with, started out innocently enough and often contained odd but amusing skits, including one recording of Oliver pretending to interview a macaroon cookie. But after a few years of exchanging stupid crap, the content of Olivia's correspondence quickly grew darker and more disturbing sometime around 1989. Whoa. That is a long time. Regular conversational topics were displaced for long, rambling paragraphs about blood and murder and newspaper clippings of missing girls and quirky interview tapes gave way to sickening recordings of Oliver simulating the or of a child's. Some of the tapes even had writing scrawled in blood on them, according to Vail. In 1990, Oliver would be charged with sexually abusing a 7-year-old girl. The following year, he'd be charged with attempting to strangle his mother to death with a telephone wire. The stuff he started sending me just got darker and darker and darker. Sometimes I would open the package and a bunch of hair would fall out, along with a poster of a missing girl in Oregon or something. I wondered who that girl was and why did Gary mail me the poster? Was he involved or was he just aroused by missing people and the poster was some kind of pornography for him? I don't know why I got that in the mail, but it's very disturbing, and there were cassette tapes with their labels smeared in blood. Some of the recordings were so disturbing, he added. In one, it sounded like he was killing an animal, and in another was a doll that talked, and he was simulating R-ing the doll. Can y'all see this drawing?
Yep.
Let me see. Do y'all see what it says at the top? Let me see
John
if I can make it.
John Benet Christ.
Yeah, and it is sent from the prison. Look, the jail, uncensored inmate mail, Boulder County Jail. He drew this. What does Bambini mean?
Baby.
That's what he wrote on the little thing. I forgot the name of it. You guys, what do you think about that? Let's see what other things he
The
wrote.
dude's sick.
All right, let's see. Do y'all see this? Wow, look at that drawing.
Yeah, he's had plenty of time to work on it.
My heart was split, and a flower appeared, and grace sprang up, and it bore fruit for my God. You split me, tore my heart open, filled me with love. You poured your spirit into me. I know you as myself. My eyes are radiant with your spirit. My nostrils fill with your fragrance. My ears delight in your music, and my face is covered with your dew. Blessed are the people who are planted on your earth, in your garden, who grow as your trees and flowers grow, who transform their darkness to light. Their roots plunge into darkness, their face turned towards the light. There is infinite space in your garden. All people are welcome here. All they need to do is enter. I love you, John Benet. It would be worth it to take the blame for something. I can't make it out.
I'm trying to I love you. Hold on. It would be so worth it to take the
for you.
It would be so worth it to take the blame for you. Is that what it says? Blame for you. That's what it says, 100%.
Looks like you. I don't. That doesn't make any.
Take the
This
blame.
is crazy.
Take the blame. Yeah, I don't.
Everything I do for John Benet.
I mean, this guy was like completely obsessed with this girl.
After this was, he went to jail 4 years after the murder. And that's when they found the poem and the pictures.
Yes, don't forget it.
And then while he's in jail, he did all this and he sent all that stuff to his classmate and confessed to him. Oh my goodness. The Dayaks of Sarawak would eat the hands and knees of loved ones in order to steady their own hands and strengthen their own knees. You guys see his handwriting, right? Okay. Let me see how I can do this. Do you see the ransom letter?
Well, you don't. Okay, so they said about the ransom letter that they thought it was purposely messy after they did all this testing and everything. They just like poured over these at the time.
Okay.
You have to remember he was in a hurry too. He was in a rush when he wrote it.
Yeah. Would eat the hands and knees of loved ones in order to steady their own hands and strengthen their own needs. They also used every piece, part, and portion of the human being, if not for food, for useful products. It makes so much sense how, just like today, the cannibals of olden times would and by nature should desire to partake in eating the meat of human being because it is divine. Eating people is basically eating the god or goddess. A person is in their most rational state of mind when chewing another person's meat. It is often said that human meat sings when you chew it. A person who truly believes will hear a symphony, especially when eating someone they love. Always give of yourself completely to one or to all, including your body for food. Are you serious?
Told you he's sick, dude.
Um, um, I don't.
Yeah, where do you go
I'm
after
just
that
like,
one?
Betty Joe. That outfit is so adorable.
It's so 80s.
Okay, that's the one that I just read. Dude, that drawing is like
Yeah,
perfect.
that's really good.
That's crazy insane.
That one's pretty too.
Yeah. Concerning the latter tape, Oliver is heard talking to the doll and pretending he has been left alone to babysit a friend's daughter. How are you doing, Benet? Oliver is heard saying in a snippet of the tape, to which the doll responds, "Hi. Why don't you come over here and sit on my lap and let me touch your back? How do you like that?" asked Oliver. In another tape, he was heard fantasizing about hurting and eating. Oh my God. Trigger warning. Freaking A, dude. Yeah, they were yesterday.
If you make me a mod, I'll get my trigger warning stuff.
I am about to put my banner up. Sorry, you guys. This is
Good.
insane shit. Okay. In another tape, he was heard fantasizing about hurting and eating little children. Things I do, like making bacon strips out of little girls. I'm into it, being a sick dog. He said this. I'm into it, being a sick dog. Bruh. I need a sip of my drink real quick. This is a lot to read. What do y'all think about that? He's like totally saying this stuff. He needs like that other dude. What's his name? Nesser. What's his name? I
Who are you
forgot
talking about?
the one that just got stabbed in prison.
Oh, the one that, yeah.
He needs to be like that. Like, how do you do this? Yes, Betty Joe. And we just played his friend. He killed her. Vale said he's convinced Oliver was in some way involved in John Benet's death. That belief stems from a call from Oliver hours after the 6-year-old was found dead and hours before news of her brutal murder would make headlines across the country. During the call, a frantic and emotional Oliver cried, "I just heard a little girl." Vale pried for more information, but he hung up the phone. The following morning, he went outside to collect the paper when he noticed a headline in the LA Times that read, "Girl 6 slain in Boulder, Colorado." He immediately contacted Boulder PD tip line, which was listed at the bottom of the article, and informed them what Oliver had told him. But Vale never received a call back. Yeah, he immediately contacted Boulder PD tip line. Oh, but they never called him back. "I called that number as fast as I could and reported it right away," he said. "I told them, hey, this guy called me and told me he'd heard a little girl in Boulder, and then told them everything I know. And then I sat back and waited, thinking I'll soon be reading in the paper that Gary had been arrested. But day after day went by, and I was like, why hasn't Gary been arrested yet?" 3 months would pass without a reply, and so Vale once again reported Oliver's call. You see how he's doing it multiple times? Because he cared. That's why Rudy's family didn't call multiple times. I said, "Hey, I need to talk to you guys because I'm wondering why haven't you arrested Gary yet?" And they just put me through to a recorded line, and I left a message, but again, nothing happened, he recounted. I was just baffled. How can this guy call me and tell me he's heard a little girl before it's even in the newspaper and the police don't do anything? I always just assumed the police knew what the F they were doing. But there's no understanding, not following up on that lead. I was convinced Gary did it because never in my life have I heard a grown man sobbing like that, ever. I wasn't there, obviously, but I have my theories as to what happened. Nasser, that's him. Whatever happens to him needs to happen to this dude, but he needs, yeah, whatever. Like, do y'all agree with me? I'm sorry, but this is sickening. Do they have the death penalty? No, they don't, because Letitia didn't get it.
Where? This was Colorado. Yeah.
But they didn't follow this lead because they were so worried about the parents being the suspects, the killer.
Yeah, people were outraged. I mean, people were mad. I mean, there was an outcry to leave these parents alone.
I have information for you.
Anything?
Yeah, I just got done talking to Jason. So, he went and he went to Michael Vale's home. Hold on a minute. He just sent me a photo. Holy smokes! Let me ask him if I can share. Let me ask him if I can share this. Hang on. Oh shit! You just said top secret. Do not share. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Man, how he's gonna do?
Well, no. I might be able to tell you some of it, but I might not be able to share this paperwork. Hold on.
They overturned the death penalty in Colorado just before CW. Oh, Chris Watts. I think that's why he got life. Oh, yeah, because Letitia got life too. Well, he can rot in jail for all concerned because this is disgusting. What he just said is just unfathomable. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's sickening.
He wants to. I can't even say it no more. Y'all heard me. I can't say it no more. I'm going to continue reading until he answers you, Avery. Okay?
She's muted.
Oliver named a suspect. At the time of Vale's second call to BPD, Patsy and John Ramsey had already been designated the key persons of interest in the case by investigators, and all leads and tips regarding other suspects largely went ignored. It's Boulder Police Department's fault that it went this long without.
It is. It absolutely is.
Vale wouldn't hear from authorities until 2002 when the district attorney took a fresh look over the case. He turned over dozens of the letters and tapes Oliver had sent him over the years, which have still not been returned to him. Well, it won't. I mean, if they're going to on him, they need it for evidence, right? By that time, Gary Oliver had already been arrested in Boulder on charges of criminal trespass, drug possession, and possession of a weapon by a prior criminal offender after he was caught roaming the halls of the University of Colorado campus after hours. See, Janelle, he was caught with drug possession, and you said don't do drugs, people.
Drugs doesn't account for all of that. I mean, he's a sick man, period. Drugs or no drugs.
I don't know, Elizabeth. I don't know. At the time of his arrest, Oliver, if he's not the person that did it, he is absolutely crazy obsessed with John Benet Ramsey and is a children cannibalism, like into that cannibalism with children stuff, whatever. I sent a photo. Hold on one second, guys.
I'm surprised that they never caught him doing that, actually. If he's that obsessed with it, I think we're lucky no little kid had to deal with that.
Why did you send me this?
Who? Avery?
Yeah. Okay, so this. Oh my God. This is the poem Ode to John Benet. It's on my messenger. I don't know how to put it up. Hold on one second, you guys. Let me see. I can put up maybe on Facebook. It's Facebook Messenger. Right, I have Facebook Messenger. Let me see if I can show you. This is in. Dude, wait. Oh my God. Hold on. I need to show you guys this. Messenger.
Petty Joe's like, well, since ain't got no death penalty in Colorado, Avery sending to me, and I'll put him out of his misery, in my opinion. I'm with you, Betty Joe.
Okay. I can't read the poem. Oh my God. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Let me see how. I've never shared screen with Messenger before.
Do you think you're
So,
going to be able to do it?
oh, I'm sure I can, but what the heck, moly? Okay, let's see. Oh no. Okay. Y'all, my granddaughter's me. She won't share her reasons.
How's your relationship with your child and their spouse or ex-spouse or ex whatever?
It won't. Hold on. It won't let me share message. Okay, I'm just gonna pull
Wait
it
a
up
minute,
on
she
freaking.
won't share. So, who is your granddaughter mean to, Betty Joe? I think I read
Her.
that wrong.
I
To
think
her?
it's meaning. Yeah, I think she's meaning it's to her.
No, she said she won't share the reasons with her.
I think
Where'd
it
she
meant
keep writing?
raisins. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong.
Hey, you can read the poem. I was
Okay.
just showing you that because when you first started this live, oh crap, hang on a minute.
Okay, so this is what the poem says. Ode to John Benet. Patty Ramsey smashed her head. Daddy Ramsey made sure she was dead. Patty Ramsey wrote the note while Daddy Ramsey held her throat. Then they decided they must save face, so they paid the Boulder police to bludgeon Susanna Chase. Did y'all hear that? Let me
Who's
read it again.
Susanna Chase? Yeah,
I
read it
have
again.
no idea.
Can you
why I
read
wanted.
it again?
Hold on, let me
I'm sorry,
it up
somebody
on
was setting off fireworks and it made every dog in the neighborhood go crazy. But at the beginning of your live, Lady V said that that Jason has been recently working on this. And so I got confused because he wasn't aware that anyone else knew. But so so yeah, he is working on it, but that's like the most that I guess I can say. But yeah, he is working on it.
Damn son of a gun. I can't make it bigger. Hold on.
You told me he was working on it. You couldn't tell me anything, but
Yes.
you said he was working on it, right?
Oh, was that before my accident in February?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I don't know. See, my memory is whatever
I'm sorry, hon.
No,
Well, I just didn't want you to be confused of how on earth I knew.
I know.
Because I don't talk to Jason.
I thought maybe it
How
was in
can
the
I
news.
make it bigger, guys?
I've never done StreamYard. I have no clue, sweet love.
Okay, well, I will just read it again because, yes, Betty Joe. Okay, you ready? Patty Ramsey smashed her head. Daddy Ramsey made sure she was dead. Patty Ramsey wrote the note while Daddy Ramsey held her throat. Then they decided they must save face, please, to bludgeon Susanna Chase.
Who's Susanna Chase?
I don't know, but Jason actually, I think Jason's listening because he just said Google Susanna Chase. Jason's probably listening, so I don't.
Well, if he comes up here, I'll go real life. I don't mind.
No, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not trying not to say anything. I'm not supposed to, yeah.
So Susanna Chase, this is Susanna Chase, because I know you guys probably don't know who she is, maybe.
Yeah, he said Google.
I don't remember. Oh, maybe I do remember her. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I do. Thank you, Elizabeth. That jogged my memory.
So they paid the Boulder police to bludgeon Susanna Chase. Why?
Because she was hard and beaten.
This is her, you guys. She was very pretty.
Is she alive?
I don't know. I'm about to find out. Sorry, I was thirsty. This water eating. Yes. Oh. I went 2 down. I'm used to scrolling, so I'm sorry if I make y'all seasick. A jury found Diego called guilty Friday out of kidnapping, murdering Susanna Chase, proving her family the long-awaited sentence of finality in one of the city's most vexing cold cases. I did it again. The quest for answers in the case had gone on for nearly 12 years. The jury made up 6 men and 6 women reached after 4.5 hours of deliberation. They found Al-Qaeda 39 guilty of first-degree murder, first-degree felony murder, first-degree sexual assault, and second-degree kidnapping. As guilty count was read, Chase's family members nodded. After Al-Qaeda was led away, they hugged the prosecutors. We were just happy to see this resolved in the way it should have been resolved, the victim's mother, Julie Chase, said after the verdict. Al-Qaeda beat the 23-year-old University of Colorado senior with a baseball bat, dragged her to his car, armed her, and then dumped her in an alley just north of Pearl Street. I wonder if he went to University of Colorado, because Gary was arrested in the halls of University of Colorado. She died of her injuries the next day. The defense contended that Al-Qaeda, whose DNA was matched to semen found in Chase, had consensual sex with Chase, and that someone else, still unknown, killed her. Al-Qaeda, who faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison without chance of parole, will be sentenced Monday. As Judge James C. Klein asked the jurors one by one to confirm their guilty votes, several of them blotted their eyes with tissues to wipe away the tears. Juror Patty Harris said it was a tough moment. It was difficult and an experience, Harris said. Harris, one of 12 jurors, escorted from the Boulder County Justice Center by sheriff's deputies after the verdict, said she and her peers reached a verdict quickly and that it was pretty much unanimous from the beginning of deliberations. CU issues a statement. In a statement issued after the verdict, CU Boulder Chancellor Phil DeStefano said Chase had not been forgotten. I sincerely hope that this verdict will bring closure to a long and painful chapter in the lives of Susanna's family and friends.
So, Sweet Misery, are they saying that Gary possibly is the one who killed this girl?
I don't know. That's what he's saying.
I don't
Tom
think so.
and Pat paid Boulder police to bludgeon Susanna Chase, but that would have meant that Boulder police paid this guy maybe to do it. And I don't know what he's talking about. I don't believe that.
I agree with Janelle. It's a bunch of ramblings of a lunatic.
Oh, I can't see Jeanette. I can't see the chat because I had that poem up. Let me see. I know it. If he didn't write that poem.
It happened around the same time. So I think that's why he used her as a reference.
That just threw me off because the crime scene was messed with and the Boulder police admitted that it's being messed with, and then that's being brought up. it's like making me think that there's some kind of police corruption, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but that's just what it looks like it's pointing to.
It's because they dropped the ball on Gary, and therefore they didn't know what the hell they were doing. In my opinion, if they would have long, they would have known the day after.
Wow. Well, thank God that there's a.
Look how cute!
Oh, I'm
Can
echoing.
you see that? Look at this picture, you guys.
Oh.
Cute.
Oh, she's so cute.
I know,
See,
right?
my daughters did beauty pageants, but it was more like a little lip gloss, maybe a little blush. That was like the most of it. I mean, they did get their hair done, but makeup wise, it was very, very minimal. But they were in the big fluffy dresses. But I didn't make them look like grown women.
He had more than 330 images of Jaminet saved on his phone, including pictures from her autopsy and police evidence photos. Are you kidding? Oh, geez, Lord. Please help this man.
Please help this man leave this world.
330. So maybe he attempted to kidnap her, and then that's when the accident happened. She slipped and busted her head.
But that was, how come when I talk I echo? Oh no, it's gone. But that doesn't explain the ligature marks around her neck from the rope.
So Janelle doesn't at all. I believe he was just obsessed by her in the papers and media. It sounds the Lord police should have admitted to the crime scene being messed with the day of the crime. Right, Betty Joe? So y'all don't believe this, right? Tell me if y'all believe this or no. If y'all believe this guy. Because, like, I don't know. This poem is just freaking me out. And then he had 330 pictures of her in his phone, plus the autopsy and police evidence photos. Who does that?
Hmm.
330 pictures in his phone.
How did he get her autopsy photos?
I guess the same way ZAV girl got Gannon's. I don't know. Can anyone do a FOIA?
No. So they just came out actually about that with, you know, but they were referencing ZAV girl, but actually those photos weren't supposed to be released, and it's a Class D felony to release them. So somebody's in trouble for releasing them.
Are you
to begin
talking
with.
about the Gannon pictures?
Yeah. So they were saying.
Okay, so the person that sent them to her would be in trouble by doing talking about her.
Yeah, the person.
Maybe that's why she paid so much money for them.
Yeah, they said it's a Class D felony. Who was it that was? There was a news article. There was a live earlier. It was one of the news stations, and Hidden True Crime was on there, and Peter Tragos, the good-looking lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer.
They called to Colorado.
I can play that if you want me to.
Yeah, they called to Colorado and talked to. Oh, there's an echo again.
I don't hear it.
I'm doing it too.
What?
Christy, are you muted?
Echoing.
Oh, I'm not echoing. So am I the one?
You're not echoing. Wait, okay, my echo's gone now.
Mine comes and
Elizabeth
goes.
said you can get them online. The autopsy pictures, you
Peter Chagos, the good-looking lawyer, he said that they called.
He needs to just say Peter, the good-looking lawyer.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says that.
He is.
When
oh my
they
God.
talk about him, they say.
I'm a
find
married
myself-
woman, so if it's not Johnny Depp, I'll just refrain.
I find myself chewing my bottom lip when I'm watching Peter Chagos. But anyhow, he said that they called to Colorado District Judge, court, whatever, office, whatever it was, and spoke to them and learned that they were not supposed to be released within the FOIA request, and it's a Class C felony. Not towards ZAV girl, but the felony would be towards the person who released them.
Right.
But it kind of sounded like it was like she didn't like. ZAV girl didn't just FOIA request the autopsy photos. She just did a FOIA request. That echo again.
And she just did a FOIA request and then sent them to her.
Yep. That echo's driving me bonkers. It's
I
gone
don't
now.
know how to fix it.
I don't either. It's gone now. It keeps coming and going.
Yeah, it's coming and going. I don't know what it is.
Well,
But
for
that's
me,
all
it's going in and out or something, so I don't know. Hold on. I don't like this. All of his photos, all of his videos has his name, and this one is 12 minutes long, but it's not the one with Hidden True Crime, and it's a crime. Wait, hold on.
This is it's Brian Enton, the lady from Hidden True Crime,
News
the good-looking
Nation.
lawyer, and somebody else. It's all four of them on panel talking.
Okay, here.
Let me get ready to bite my lip.
Is selling Gannon stocks pic autopsy photos illegal? Lawyer's eye-opening reaction if it ever comes up.
So with John Benet being in Colorado, how would this man have gotten autopsy photos if they can't be sent out?
Elizabeth said that they're online, and Never Silent said she saw them about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow. So maybe they were leaked and then he saved them to his phone? Wow.
See, that's why I don't want to talk about it. If I hit play. That's what he's talking about. So I need to go find the.
We can't see anything.
Oh my gosh. I wanted to look at him all by myself. I didn't want to share him with y'all.
Yeah, Avery's gonna have a fit if you don't share.
Can we just take a moment and just observe?
Yes, you can while I play it. Hold on one moment.
Marinate in it.
YouTubers about Gannon Stock's autopsy photos that have been bought as part of a Freedom of Information Act request and sold behind a paywall by other YouTubers. I've seen some videos come out about this. I've seen the outrage. I don't like to get into.
Why is everybody saying she's selling freaking photos?
She is. Because she is.
Oh, no.
You have to pay to see them. That's paying to see them. It's selling.
But she didn't. She just said, if you want
to
to
put it behind a paywall. No, well, yeah, she's like, hey, if you join my Patreon and pay me $3, you can see these photos. That's selling.
Yeah, if she would have put them in a group in her Discord, which is free, a tab that specifically says, warning graphic autopsy photos, a tab in her Discord that's free, then these people wouldn't be able to have so much of a fit over it. But it's because she put it behind a paywall.
Right.
Because she wanted to give people a choice. And on Discord, you don't have a choice. If you just put it in the main chat or whatever, everybody.
No.
You can make a tab on
Misery.
Discord.
You can make a totally separate page on Discord.
Yeah.
Play your stuff. Okay.
I don't
And
hardly know.
I do, and so does Avery. You can make a totally different page and you can put your headline on there, and those that want it, or even this, she could have had a showing, her play them herself, and the people that wanted to watch on Discord itself without any interruptions.
Yeah.
And not charged a dime. And I know we disagree with this on this, okay? I know we do, Christy, but I'm sorry. Number one, I think it was a way for ZAV. She's not so dumb. She's not so innocent. I've seen it over and over again with her, okay? That's a way for her to get people to go to her Discord and sign up. Number two, it's a way for her to get $3 a shot. I don't buy it. There's other ways she could have done it.
And just to clarify,
no, she couldn't put it on YouTube. I understand it. But I understand she cannot put it on YouTube, but she could put it on Patreon. But okay, I have a girl that every so often I go on, she plays a movie and we watch it both together. We watch it on Discord.
Well, you know how, like, for example, like Sleuth Mom's Discord, on the left, you have different tabs to different pages. And we have like an arts and crafts page just where we post all of our arts and crafts. So she could have just made a tab for a sub page in her Discord that said, graphic,
exactly,
Gannon style autopsy photos. And then it would have been free. And then I don't think people would, well, I still think people would be mad though, but they couldn't.
Well, I do too, but not as badly as what they are now.
Yeah, they couldn't say she was selling them.
But what I would have done is I would have said, if I was ZAV, I would have said, okay, anybody that wants to see these, I'm going to have it on Discord. It's a private showing. I'm not charging anybody, just for those of you that want to be on here. If you join my Discord and you want to see them, I will play it for you once. And it'd be like going to her channel and watching it.
Okay, I want to stop talking about ZAV girl.
I know. I like ZAV. I'm sorry. I like her, but I think she's just wrong on this one, Christy.
Well, I know. Everybody keeps talking about her, and I don't want to be a person that keeps talking about her. I said, we talked about it yesterday, I think it was, and I don't want to keep talking about it like everyone else. I mean,
well, Christy, it's my fault. I was just bringing it up because of the autopsy photos of John Benet and that being Colorado, and then Gannon Stock being Colorado. So that's the only reason I mentioned it. And I apologize. I didn't mean to get on the topic.
I apologize as well.
No, it's okay, y'all.
The last thing I want to do is upset you, and I don't mean to do that. It's just
no, I'm not upset. I just don't want to. I mean, it's you say what you have to say, and then that's it. I don't understand why people keep going on and on and on about it. Y'all got her banned from Patreon. Y'all trying to get her off YouTube, but it's probably not going to happen. Like, just stop.
They got her banned from Patreon?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that one. You would think they'd strike her or something.
So that
no, they went real life. They are threatening her family. They are calling her family. They called
the shooter.
I think they called.
Oh my God!
Family. They messaged her daughter, I think it was, and said, "How do you feel about your mom selling autopsy photos?"
ZAV has a daughter
of a No, Natasha Cooper, because she
Oh.
was really selling them, not ZAV girl. Natasha Cooper was really
Oh.
selling them.
They did threaten to shoot Zav
Hey,
Girl though.
Sherry. Huh?
They did threaten to shoot Zav Girl. So she's in
Oh
a
my word.
hidden location right now.
Are you
Yeah.
asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Where you heard that at?
On one of the news clips.
Damn, y'all. I said I didn't want to talk about her. Now y'all got me freaking talking about her.
Well, I'm just mad because I can't look at the lawyer. I want to just look at
And
him.
that's not okay. I don't care what somebody does. You don't threaten them. You don't threaten their family.
No, you don't.
See, I agree with Janelle the whole time. And this is going to end it. She says that's what Patreon is. Another platform where you put content for the people who pay to sponsor the creator. Hang on.
I completely agree with that. That's why I am actually kind of shocked that Patreon kicked her off it.
Because Patreon said it was against TOS. Hold on. I will pull up Brian's Twitter because they're like freaking proud of this.
Look, Brian's out for blood. Brian Enton is out to, he's not going to stop until she's completely destroyed.
It could be his fault that she's threatened. You never know.
But Christy, we don't want to discuss it anymore. Can you please respect our wishes?
It's y'all damn fault. But after this, I'm not. Like, after I show this, I'm not.
I'm not looking.
Penelope. Y'all see what I mean about Penelope?
My dogs hear her and they're cocking their ears at the phone. Lola, do you hear Penelope? Do you hear her? What is she doing?
Y'all hear her?
My dogs are all into the phone. Oh.
Get that baby. Give that baby some loving.
You know what she wants? She wants to get in my lap so I can scratch her. And I'm not doing it. And that's what she's crying for. Okay, so here y'all go. We removed ZAV Girl from Patreon for violations of our community guidelines for violent and graphic content. To create a safe environment for users, Patreon does not allow content glorifying or promoting violence of any kind. And that's why they removed her. Why is everybody so quiet?
I was staring at my dresser that I just did, thinking about.
I'm not talking about it anymore.
Exactly, Janelle. Okay, the end.
I'm admiring my dresser. I think I'm going to keep it.
It looks really pretty. I like it.
I was thinking about doing the chest in my room to match it, and then like it gave me an inspiration for a whole room idea.
You did a beautiful job on it, hon.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey, all of you people chatting in the bushes, doing whatever. Did y'all hit that like button yet?
I did twice.
Thank you.
You can't hit it twice. That unlike.
Yes, I can. I'm also giving her double viewing time because I'm two different accounts.
Oh,
I do the same thing. I do the same thing with Scarlett.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I have 11.
I gotta leave.
I have over a half. I'm okay with that, people. But I would love 17.
I gotta leave. ZAV Girl just did an apology.
What?
Yeah.
What?
On her thing?
Let's see. It says,
I'm going
my apology to Gannon's family and everyone I hurt. It's now.
Is it a live or a post?
Let me look. Oh shoot. Let me look. Hold on.
I'm looking now. Penelope, stop. All right, hold on.
But you know how apologies go. They're going to pick apart an apology.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Hold on. Let me see this again.
And she deleted all the stuff about it on her community wall. Asking for the contact and what she had said before. Let me know if you find it.
That poor girl. She's been freaking hiding over a mistake. Okay, I'm not talking about it though.
Because, oh yeah, my cat was looking for the dog. See, Penelope, everybody hear you and they think I abuse my baby. Yes. They gonna say, give your dog attention. Give your dog attention. She just rolled on her back for me to scratch
2
her.
minutes ago. My apology to Gannon's family and everyone I hurt.
It's on her community wall?
No, it just popped on my it just popped down on my thing. Hold on. Let me change. Hold on. I've got to change to my other one because I'm okay.
She's still crying, y'all.
Get that baby some loving.
Just read it. That's crazy, Janelle.
Let's see. I'm on home. I don't see one on home. I don't see one on videos.
Me neither.
I don't see one on shorts. I don't see a live saying she's going live.
Oh, baby, I see it. Shit.
Community. No, that's part 1 or 2 with.
I got it. Hold on. Okay, hold on, you guys. I get it. All right, I can play it. Hold on. I'm going to play it right now. Oh my God. If I put the mouse the right way, maybe I can do this. I was using the mouse upside down. All right, here we go, guys. I have to go to library because I just opened it. I don't know why it's not on her thing. All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone. If you're listening to this, then you likely know about the last few days. I want to apologize to everyone I've hurt, but especially Gannon's family. I'm doing some major soul searching and reflecting. I'm trying to define my motivations. And while I'm not looking for forgiveness or trying to make excuses, I do hope to provide additional context that has not been made clear. I have followed the Letitia Stout case closely, and it was actually during the trial that I made the official records request. And it was in El Paso County, Colorado. I requested all the video, audio, and written records. I made no request for autopsy photos. I wanted all trial records, but my main interests were interviews with Letitia. The autopsy photos just happened to be in the files. I spent time reviewing what I received so I could provide more info from the trial. I believe many of my images were already shown during the televised trial, and I saw the photos on other public YouTube channels that live streamed the trial and shared the evidence. I didn't think any of the images were new. These photos were already public, although the video I put together with the coroner's voice was my own creation. I chose to put the video on Patreon because of the sensitive nature of the evidence. Putting the evidence behind a paywall meant added security, and I naively thought they wouldn't be made public. The video I created with a voice from the coroner wasn't meant to be shared outside of Patreon, and I chose not to put the photos on YouTube, a public forum, where the views would have allowed me to make more money, and the photos would be seen by more people. Because the video was placed behind a paywall, rumors about the images not being blurred or being different than what was shown in trial started to surface. No photos shows genitalia. I have made no jokes about the photos. I don't even cuss on my channel, and I would never allow derogatory remarks about a victim. I realized my intentions were not communicated well. My channel style is sort of me hanging out with friends and speaking off the cuff, and I did not articulate my reasons or think my decision through. At this time, my Patreon website has been shut down. I am not sharing any of the photos or video anywhere, although you can see the photos published on other popular channels. Nothing you see is from me, nor will ever be. To those who have supported me and followed my channel, and to the true crime community, I'm sorry I let you down. I cannot imagine the pain Gannon's family has gone through. My anger over what happened to Gannon is the reason I started following the case. I'm not this evil, heartless person like many are saying, but I'm also doing a lot of self-reflecting, and I'm looking into sensitivity training. I did not want to add to the family's loss with anything I said or shared about this case. And it will be a long time before I ever trust myself or my decisions again. To Gannon's family, I have no words that can make this better. No one should have to ever go through what you guys have been through. I am so very sorry for any pain that I have caused you.
Oh boy, I can see where people are going to find problems with that apology already.
Yep. One reason is because she's reading it.
And because they're going to say she's justifying her actions.
Yep.
They're going to say she should have just owned up to it,
They
apologized.
wanted a damn apology. They got a damn apology. Now they need to just shut the F up because this is stupid.
But they won't, Christy. They will pick apart her apology. They'll say she talked too much. She justified it. She should have just said, I did it and I'm sorry, and that's it. Trust me, they will pick apart the apology. I promise you they will. It'll be too long, it'll be too short, it'll be something. Trust me, I know, because I know, I know.
The haters are going to hate, and they're going to rip her apart, and they're going to continue to rip her apart.
Exactly. And I feel for her because I know what it's like to go up and make a truly heartfelt apology and exposing yourself, to your most vulnerable side.
Well, see, and ZAV is not a real emotional person either. So it's going to come off to some people as cold, people that don't watch her. It's going to come off as cold.
Right.
And I feel bad for her. I do. Because I believe I don't think she thought it through. I really don't. And I have an opinion on why, but I'm not going to say it. And I think Christy knows my opinion on that. But anyway, it is what it is. We can't do it. That's on them. Nobody else wants to hear any more about it.
That's honestly why I turned my channel into just doing furniture and travel, because it's brutal. It is brutal on these YouTube streets. And I figure, hey, you know what? If you're just restoring furniture, what can they possibly find or say wrong? You know what I mean?
Hey.
Right. Choosing the safer side. Hey, Christy.
What?
She's so.
I'm not talking about it anymore.
She's so fun to mess with.
She is fun to mess with, but you have fun with. I don't mess with people that much. You're good at it though, and you're cute at it. Me, I'm always taking wrong, so I keep my mouth shut most of the time. I know, Betty Joe. That's what I'm saying. She's not that emotional of a person, and they're going to rip her apart for it. And my heart does break for her because I don't think she thought about it. I don't think that a year ago, I don't think ZAV would have done it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Do you guys realize
I like ZAV.
Do you guys realize how hard it is? How hard it is to man, I just read something that just ticked me off. Do you realize how hard it is to put yourself on a public platform and open up and be at your most vulnerable, point in what that you
Yeah,
could
I
possibly
do.
be, and giving an apology, and then you click off and you wait, and then here comes the videos that are attacking your apology. It will make you just want to go crawl under a rock. I feel for her.
Okay, everyone in here and everyone that's watching the replay, we've heard the story. We've heard her apology. Now we're going to accept it and move the F on in this channel. Okay? I don't want to talk about her anymore. I accept her apology, and it is what it is. All these other channels bitching about her are making more money than she did on this shit. So that's all I have to say about it. And we're gonna accept it and move the F on.
Sounds good to me, my little West Coast Cajun.
Yes, that's what I am. I think I saw something and I don't remember what it was. So I think, thank you, Betty Joe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Everybody's muted. Oh, everybody's muted.
I try to stay muted because of my taquitos in the trees.
Taquitos? I thought you said taquitos like the food, dude.
Yeah, what are they called again? Zakitis? Zakotos.
Casadas?
Casadas.
Cicadas.
Cicadas.
Yeah, Janelle, I see. I'm about to end this. They're called quesadillas.
That works for me.
Taquitos and quesadillas and Cascada. What? Cascade? What?
Tostitos.
No, they're freaking bugs.
They're carne asadas.
See, you did say taquitos. Sherry's been in the bushes listening and not chatting. The killers. What are they called, Lady V? I want to pronounce it.
Cicadas.
Cicada.
Yes.
Cicada.
Cicada.
Cicada. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Kaz. Thank you, Lady B.
I'm going to ask you in 3 days what they're called, Sweet Misery, and let's see if you remember.
I'm not gonna.
I can never remember.
Oh, Janelle said cicada.
No, they're cicadas.
Janelle, don't mess me up anymore.
And she lives in Australia. Maybe they say it different there.
Maybe they say it differently there, but they're cicadas here.
Janelle's just trying to mess me up even more.
Betty Joe. Oh, Betty Joe.
They're Ricky Ricardos. Or Ricky Ricardos.
I don't know what I said because I talked to text because I can't see. So whatever I said, that's what I said.
Poor Betty. I can't wait for her to get her eye surgery.
I know.
Can you imagine how she must feel because she does talk to text and then she has no idea. She can't read.
You know what makes me mad though? Her talk to text is really good.
It is, huh?
Well, it makes me mad. It's really good.
Mine would be saying all kinds of dirty words and stuff. It does.
That's funny.
All right, ladies, I'm hopping down.
See,
okay, I'm gonna hop down too.
Yeah, I'm about to end. So thanks for coming up, you guys.
Yes.
Love you guys. Take a deep breath. We'll all get through this.
Hopefully this is the real killer, you guys. Pray this is the one so they can close this case. Have a good night, you guys.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't
Hit
let
that
the
thumbs
dark
up.
side.
Please hit that thumbs up. It's free. I promise I won't take your DNA off of it.
I will. I'll take it.
Rest in peace, John Benet Ramsey.